lot of steals too, if I'm not mistaken. I remember especially when they feed the post, our double was working very well, and that's when we got most of the steals.
You kind of mentioned that first half was a little bit rougher for the team. How important was it to have Keita kind of have the performance that he had in the first half, both on the offense?
Huge. He kind of struggled the last first halves, but tonight he was huge. He had like 15 in the first half. Like just have the guy where you can feed in the post, slow the things down, open things up, and he was 1-on-1 with their big guys, and he just took care of business down there for sure. It was huge tonight.
Mm-hmm. He kind of slowed down in the second half when the energy from one of your teammates kind of shifts. How do you guys make up for that?
Excuse me, can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
I think
Keita kind of slowed down though in the second half. He only had 2 rebounds.
Okay.
When something like that happens, when you go from a guy having 8 rebounds to 2, how does the rest of the team have to adjust?
It's just everybody's rebounding is a team effort. We got to get all 5 guys rebounding, and I think just the overall team effort. Like on the rebound, we were just able to compensate those, I guess, those rebounds that Nimi wouldn't get, but all the other guys would just go get those loose balls. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You good?
Come on, Kyle.
You're done before?
Once.
Yeah.
One time.
He's a seasoned veteran.
That's right.
Ready? Good. What's your freshman forward, Justin Bean, thoughts on the game, please?
We really competed overall. You could tell the energy was just there, especially in the second half. We made a really good run in those last 10 minutes, and it was electrifying. The fans really showed up tonight. Props to them. The herd was amazing. You could just tell right from the get-go when fans started coming in that they were ready to support us and get things going. So just another step closer to bringing the magic back. So we were excited.
Questions?
You played 15 minutes in that second half and had the highest plus-minus on the team. What did you guys try to do specifically to try to anchor down defensively and get all those kind of stops that you guys did?
The Diogo, like he mentioned, our double teams in the post were huge. We knew that Braggs, after the game he had against us, the first time he played us, he was really effective mid-post. He was a good shooter. He just felt really comfortable. So we just tried to take his game away, make him uncomfortable, just try and be scrappy. And really for all those guys, we were just really scrappy and just fought to communicate on defense. And that's the thing, is that we're a really good team when we communicate. First half, I didn't think we communicated very well, especially from the get-go. Let 32 Mathis get comfortable. And so when we talk as a team and when we just fight through that fatigue and just pull together, then there's not a team that can score on us.
Sam missed that 3 on purpose at the end.
I told him.
You anticipated.
Yeah, he should have gotten an assist for that one. I think that was awesome. But, I was just in the right spot, just instinct. I should try and crash the boards. And I don't know, maybe it's because I got a haircut today. I was feeling lighter on my feet. I think that was a big part of it. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Is that what a Coach Smith-Gata game looks like?
Absolutely. That is the epitome of what Gata is for us. I'm just looking here at all the steals we got. Several guys had steals, all but a couple guys that played, and so that was a huge part of it, just defensively and just diving on loose balls. I don't know how many times one guy was on the floor, but it was fun to see. So.
Listen, you're one of the fan favorites, and it seems every time you make a play, the entire roof collapses in on itself. How fun is it to you to be able to make those plays and have the crowd react like they do?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. It definitely takes a lot of pressure off of me. Just knowing I have the support of, first and foremost, Coach Smith and the rest of the staff, and then our guys in practice. We all show up every day and compete for one another. So with that support behind me, and then just it all comes together when the fans are there, and they did what they did. It seemed like I got one steal, and everyone was just chanting Bean, and I just thought it was awesome. Very humbling for sure. Very grateful to this fan base.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, who was in here? Nimi?
Nope.
Bean? Diogo?
Bean and DA. We had a bean burrito. Postgame.
I'm really tempted to throw that in. Bean Brito.
That was coined in Nevada by the fans there. Okay. Eddie, let me know when you're ready. Right. Head coach Craig Smith, thoughts on the game, please.
Well, it's a very good win for us. New Mexico is a very talented team, and I really suspect they're going to go on a bit of a run here. I think they have 5 games left, if I'm not mistaken. But, they jumped on us early. I thought we were tentative, so to speak, at the rim and not finishing very strong on the offensive end. And then we were getting stops early, but then they go on a run and thought we just weren't playing as hard as we need to be playing, and executing. But to our guys' credit, we made a lot of adjustments throughout tonight's game on both sides of the ball. We got an intelligent team, and our guys really adjusted well. I thought our crowd was big time. No doubt gave us a huge energy boost once we started making some plays. And to have a 9 o'clock game, to have that kind of a crowd, I thought was fantastic. But our bench was really, really good. Obviously, Justin Bean had his best game of his career, gets 8 points, five rebounds, but it was more than that, just his energy and tenaciousness. And it just felt like he was everywhere, And then Diogo Brito. Diogo's been playing very good basketball as of late on both sides of the ball, and he was everywhere, tipping and deflecting. And he's just been such a consistent performer and really keeps getting better. So, we shoot 20 more shots than them. We get 16 offensive rebounds, and then a big stat was 18-8 on the turnovers. When you go plus 10 and you don't turn it over, when you turn it over only 8 times, you're going to get a lot of shots. And so, and then we get 34 points in the paint, 25 second chance. So it's great to see. Great performance. Nemias was very, very good. 10 for 12 from the field. Hit some really tough ones. Gets another double, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and really altered a bunch of shots at the rim. So great performance. Got to keep moving on.
Question?
You want me to keep talking?
You mentioned being a burrito.
Who was that again, Sean?
But those two guys both definitely that second half when you guys made that little bit of run, get some separation. Both of those guys came up with some big plays.
They were really good. I can't, start with Justin. Justin, the last 2 games, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but obviously Justin's been playing every game basically since, I don't know, maybe Fresno, Air Force at home. And he just keeps coming. Like, he's only a freshman, but he's so mature and he's such a competitor. And the last 2 games, his minutes, he hasn't played a lot. And part of that, Quinn has been playing pretty good basketball, and so, but certainly we threw him in there and he made the most of his minutes from the get-go. And he just had this will. And, early on in the game, we weren't being lazy, but I just don't know that we were. And it just felt like he's a spark plug. And he certainly provided a big-time spark. And then Diogo is such a smart guy, and he's got great anticipation, as does Bean. And it just felt like those two were just everywhere, tipping and deflecting and getting steals. And, our defense was creating easy offense, back the other way. And we had a couple, obviously, backbreaker plays there. But I think there was a stretch there in about 4 minutes. 3.5 minutes. We created like 5 turnovers because we were in the right place at the right time and just anticipated really, really well.
Both teams really struggled at times shooting the ball.
Yeah.
Kind of just having to plug along. Those stretches were. Neither team could score.
Yeah, I thought we defended really well. Like, we were on point and really made them grind out long possessions. We did a good job getting back on defense. And then that last 8 minutes, like, there were long possessions. And then we started kind of holding it a little bit too, just to obviously shorten the game. But I thought we forced a few. I thought we settled for a few. The good news is, Sam and Brock go a combined 4 for 29 from the field, and we still kind of, take care of business by double digits. So that's a real positive sign, in my eyes. I don't know how many more of those. Like I said, we forced a couple of them, but I thought so many of those were point blank shots that we've been knocking down. We just missed them tonight, So you got to self adjust, and we did. I thought we did a better job of getting in inside and Bean hit 2 big shots in the kind of that middle of the second half. There was one of them, I don't know, we had the ball on the side out of bounds, and there were. How did that work? I think it was a jump ball, and it became our ball. And the jump ball happened at, I think, 6 seconds, maybe 5. And so we get it in the Bean, and Sam's yelling, "Shoot, Justin, shoot!" So he shoots, and we're like, "No!" Like there's 20 seconds on the clock, and he hit the front of the rim and rolled in. It was like, good shot. It was one of those. And then I think it was the next possession after he got a catch in like that mid post area and knocked it down. And I thought those kind of stemmed the tide, so to speak.
You guys survived kind of a crazy night in the Mountain West.
Yeah.
Fresno State loses at home. San Diego State was able to beat Nevada at home. I mean, you guys are in a pretty good position.
Yeah, we're solo in second. We control our destiny again. You get to February, and the one thing I've learned about the Mountain West, and the players kind of taught me this, I think it was after the Wyoming game at Wyoming, and there was like 2 or 3 upsets that night, quote-unquote upsets, and I think it was Diogo and Sam said, "Welcome back, welcome to the Mountain West," where anything happens on any given night. And people forget you deal with 18 to 24-year-olds, and like there's ebbs and flows and ups and downs, and you just got to be able to show up daily and be your best. So we're back to controlling our destiny. We got a very difficult stretch coming up here. Starting obviously at Boise State, who's been in basically every single game in league play and had a chance to win. And, all we can worry about is us. That's all we can worry about. I know it's cliche-ish, but it's the truth. So let's continue to be our best.
Taylor got his 8th double-double of the season tonight, and he's a true freshman. Why has he been able to be such a contributor to your team this season?
Well, first of all, he's got great feel for the game, and he's super competitive. He loves to play. He loves to get better. He wants to get better. He wants to be coached. He's one of those guys that can take things personal, but not personal like in a bad way. Like personal, like I'm going to accept the challenge and be better. Not personal, like, oh, you're picking on me. There's a big difference. And so it all starts with that. What's your mindset? What's your makeup? Obviously, he's got all the physical tools, and then he just keeps getting better. And obviously, he's been a force for us on both sides, especially defensively. At halftime, we kind of got after him. And not because of his up, but just I thought he could do more. Like I thought he could be better. And he was way better in the second half and really made his impact known. So he's such a pleasure to be around and so gracious and just a tremendous ambassador to Utah State.
Kind of on that same note, every team is looking for that player that can make that difference. How are you guys able to find Keita? Like it was a very at the buzzer signing.
Well, he actually, I know it was announced late, but he actually committed to us in mid to late April. But he still had to get through high school. He had to get all of his transcripts. What do you call it? Translated. Thank you. I always want to say transcribed, but translated. So we did all that stuff. So we were just waiting to make sure it's all, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and that kind of thing. But recruiting is always it's a interesting thing, right? Sometimes you can work like crazy and recruit a guy for two or 3 years and not get him, and then other times you can kind of stumble upon a guy that becomes an impact guy, and maybe you recruit him for 6 weeks. You know what I mean? Like it's just recruiting is always an interesting dynamic, and the exciting thing I think with recruiting is we know how to develop players. Our players get better, and we've built good relationships around the world, quite frankly, where they know we're going to treat people right and with respect, and you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. Because there's a lot of different types of programs out there. So anyway, it's been exciting to see certainly with Nemish and how he's improved, and the game's slowing down for him too. That's the other thing. Like people always forget how young we are. We have half our roster's freshmen. So the game is starting to slow down for some of these guys, and we had some inexperienced guys, and the game is starting to slow down for them.